Good morning, everyone. Thank you for joining us. It is Tuesday, July 25th. We'll talk about the weather in just a minute. It's going to be a hot one, Dillon. But first, you can watch us every morning live on Facebook, or you can find us later in the day on your Facebook feed. You can also find us on our Inform YouTube channel and on your favorite podcast platform as well. Just go to inform.com/podcast and look for the Inform Minute. All right, Dillon. Today, the heat is here. Not quite yet, but it's going to be hot this afternoon, right?
Yeah, it is. It's going to get warmer as the day goes on, of course. Warmer than yesterday. Temperatures warming up into the low to mid 90s. A little bit of humidity. Actually, I shouldn't say a little bit. Quite a bit of humidity.
Okay.
And then we're watching storms later on this evening into the overnight. But I'm thinking they'll start popping probably 3 to 4 o'clock and then move their way down to the southeast. Somewhere in that time frame, I'm thinking right now. Damaging wind gusts, quarter-sized tail, or larger than ping-pong-sized tail as possible. Jeez. Plus a few tornadoes when they first start to develop as possible. But not thinking tornado risk is big today. I'm thinking the big thing is going to be wind and hail, especially wind though.
Yeah.
Still on the warm front, and this warm front's going to move on through. So stay weather aware throughout this afternoon and this evening.
Sure.
We'll of course keep you updated here. And then along the warm front, tomorrow, what these storms are going to do is bring a lot of humidity and more heat. So tomorrow is going to be the warmest day of this heat wave. So although it's going to storm tonight, it's just going to get more muggy and more hot as we go into tomorrow. And then Thursday, another warm day, temperatures in the 90s before a cold front moves on through, gives us another chance of storms. And then, of course, much more comfortable for the weekend.
Okay.
So there's the forecast. Also a little bit of smoke left in northern Minnesota right now. And maybe you're watching from northern Minnesota. Strong thunderstorm, probably in Roseau, Lake of the Woods County here in the next half an hour, 45 minutes. So take a picture. If it's safe to do so, send it to our weather email. I'd love to use it here this morning. But
yeah, going to be a hot few days before things kind of get back to a reasonable temperature this weekend.
Yep.
Is it going to hit triple digits tomorrow, you think?
No. I think it'll probably top out like 97, 96. But it's going to feel that way. With all the humidity, it's going to be miserable out there.
Okay.
So it'll be close. Our forecast is 100 just because we think it's going to feel like 100, even if it won't hit 100.
Okay.
So it's going to be hot.
It feels like it is.
Yep. Pretty
Not
much.
always,
Exactly. That's kind of what we've been messaging. Yeah. So.
All right. Cool. Anything else? Good?
Nope. That's everything.
All right. Thanks, Dillon. Appreciate it, sir. All right. 7 your local headlines this morning. Sandy's Donuts is hosting a fundraiser to show support for the officers involved in that Fargo shooting. It's called Operation Blue Light, and it'll be taking place today and tomorrow. You can go to any of the 3 Sandy's locations. It'll start this morning at 7, so it's been going on for like an hour. Goes until 10 o'clock this morning. This is both today and tomorrow, so from 7 to 10. You can go in, get a donut, a Blue Line donut, and then make a free will donation. If you do that, you'll get a free blue porch light, which you can put out on your porch to also show your support for local law enforcement. All the proceeds from this whole thing are going to go directly to the officers and their families affected by the shooting. And then tomorrow, there's going to be a celebration of life event held for Officer Jake Wallin, who of course lost his life in that shooting. The Fargo PD and Wallin's family are hosting that event for the community to pay their respects. Everyone is welcome to come and join in on that. And it's going to be quite the thing, I think. A lot of people showing their support since that happened, and I expect the same to continue. It's going to be at Shields Arena, 1 o'clock tomorrow afternoon. In case you can't make it there, there's going to be a live stream of it. We're going to have that for you on inform.com. This morning, we are working to learn what firefighters saw during a call to Mohammed Barakat's apartment and why it is now being used as part of the investigation into that deadly police shooting. Dispatch logs show that a fire happened back in 2022 at his apartment. Now, crews were on scene for about an hour and a half or so, and during that time, they called police in to that same scene. The full report for that fire was made public until this past weekend. That's when Attorney General Drew Wrigley made it part of his investigation into the gunman. Right now, it's unclear why, but information on what firefighters saw there is expected to come out at some point once this investigation is complete. This morning, we were working to learn what charges a man will be facing after a stabbing outside of the Salvation Army sent one person to the hospital. It happened around noon yesterday. Police tell us they quickly arrested 58-year-old Wendell Jeffries for aggravated assault. He's from Fargo. Salvation Army Major Abe Tamayo tells WDAY that it happened after a fight broke out in the shelter during their lunchtime period, and they had to move everyone outside. Police say the person who was stabbed is expected to make a full recovery, and they've turned over the reports of what happened to the state's attorney's office to decide on if they'll press charges or not, or how that'll go legally. A suspect in a local murder case has entered a guilty plea for his role in a deadly drive-by shooting from nearly 3 years ago. Joshua Brooks is accused of planning the shooting that killed 41-year-old Santino Marial. This happened back August of 2020. Police say Brooks wanted payback for a burglary. However, Marial didn't end up being involved in that crime at all. His plea deal calls for a 40-year prison sentence. Prosecutors want Brooks to serve 25 years behind bars at least before he's eligible for probation. His attorney is asking for 15 years. Brooks originally faced a maximum sentence of life in prison. Now, another man in this case, Jesse Burnett, is the one accused of pulling the trigger and killing Marial. He's scheduled to go on trial for murder next month. Today is your chance to give your opinion, give your thoughts on an upcoming series of projects in the FM metro area. It's the new Transportation Improvement Plan. The Fargo-Moorhead Metro Council of Governments is holding that public input meeting from 4 to 6 tonight at the Fargo Public Library. They'll be showing drafts of what they have planned for a variety of different construction projects across the metro throughout the next few years. You have your chance to go there, give your opinion before that draft is finalized. It will be finalized on August 17th. And today, the town of Wadena is welcoming more than 300 riders for the annual Bike MS Ride Across Minnesota. This year, teams and individuals are biking 270 miles with the goal of raising $400,000. That money will go towards treatments and cures for those suffering from multiple sclerosis. Riders will arrive in Wadena today and stay at Sunnybrook Park Campground. That ride will also go through Ottertail and Fergus Falls before it ends on Friday. All right, big national story today. It's been in the headlines for a few days now. The Department of Defense is acting against the state of Texas for using floating barriers in the Rio Grande River. Officials there say those barriers are being used to hinder migrants from coming into the U.S. illegally. But the DOJ alleges Texas Governor Greg Abbott has violated the Rivers and Harbors Appropriation Act by building these barriers without getting permission from the U.S. Army Corps of Engineers. Abbott has already rejected a DOJ request to remove those barriers and isn't showing any signs of backing down on this whole thing. He actually sent a letter to President Joe Biden saying he is ready for a court battle. So we'll see how that plays out. Hot Mic, you can watch it today from 9 to 11 on WDAY Extra and Inforum.com. I'm sure Dom's going to be talking about the new one-year deal that New York Giants running back Saquon Barkley just got from the Giants. So what does this mean for the team? What does it mean for the running back landscape of the NFL? All things Dom's probably going to be talking about today on Hot Mic, so tune in to watch that. And don't forget, for 99 cents a month for your first 3 months, you can get an all-access pass to Inforum.com. Just visit Inforum.com/subscribe to get that deal. And remember to join us for the rest of our newscast throughout the day. Our next one's at 11 o'clock. Dillon's going to be tracking any chance for storms that are popping up later today, so tune in for that. And then this afternoon, we also got you covered starting at 4, 5, 6, 9, and 10. And I'll be back tomorrow morning for First News from 5 to 7. Join us then. Bye.